Greetings from the Orzhov Basilica on the plain of Ravnica, where even death can't get you out of your taxes. My name's John from the NTG Thoughtcast, and today we have another Pack It In, where we're opening up a booster pack and packing as many cards as we can into your commander decks. Today, we've got ourselves Ravnica Remastered. So let's get this going open and check out the cards inside. Ravnica Remastered, then. Uh, Ravnica's not necessarily one of my favorite places of the multiverse. I've made that clear before. Ravnica's kind of okay, but remaster packs are super cool. They got some really cool throwbacks to the collection from the plane, from far and few between, and these are really cool to open, even if it is not my favorite plane to go to overall. So we begin this pack with a spirit token on the front, although these are laid out backwards. So I'm actually going to flip this around like this, and we're going to do this the other way around. So we'll do it like this. There we go. Wojak Bodhi. Wow, English right off the gate, let me tell you. Wojak Bodyguard. 2 and a red for a 3/3 human soldier with Mentor. When this creature attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on a target attacking creature with lower power, or lesser power, I should say, and it can't attack or block alone. So this guy really wants you to be swinging in or blocking with a buddy. Attacking with it is going to be very helpful because it'll trigger that mentor as often as you can to swing in like a token and whatever. Orzhov Euthanist, I believe. 2 and a black for a 2/2 human assassin with Haunt. This is one of the old Orzhov mechanics. When this creature dies, you exile it, haunting target creature. It can be one of your creatures or one of your opponent's creatures, depending on the situation. And when it enters the battlefield or the creature that it haunts dies, you destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Yeah, these are okay. Yeah, assassin-like effects that, like, say if something has taken ping damage or has made a over-the-top block, and then this thing just comes in and just finishes off the kill. These are really neat. They're not always like super playable, but that's a cool card nonetheless. Taste for Mayhem, a single red for an aura enchants a creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0, and Hellbent, one of the Rakdos mechanics. Hellbent, enchanted creature gets an additional 2/0 as long as you have no cards in hand. So yeah, top deck this, and this turns into an aura that gives +4/+0 if you're empty-handed. That is a devastating swing. Throw this on something that has trample or first strike, it'll always get through. That's a really cool card. Arrester's Zeal. I'm noticing a lot of single mana stuff we have in here. This is really neat. A white mana for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And Addendum, one of the Azorius mechanics. Ravnica has lots of keyword mechanics in case you've never been around here before. Basically, every time we go, the guilds, as all 10 of them, they have some unique keyword mechanic that defines what that guild color is all about. That's why people really like Ravnica, is like it has toned in and defined what the 2-color combos can do. So this thing with Addendum, that if you cast a spell during your main phase, the creature gains flying until end of turn as well. I really liked Addendum. It was really good flexibility on your cards. Instant speed cards done at sorcery speed has always either been one of those things that's either frowned upon or is like one of the hurdles to jump through as a new player. But Addendum on cards like these, and there's some other good ones like Unbreakable Formation, that they have good utility purpose, that if you choose to do that spell during your main phase instead of instant speed, but it also still just does a thing if you need to do them off turn. Top tier design. I like Addendum a lot. I'm also just a filthy Azorius person at heart, so anything the Azorius does is a very highlight for me. Compulsive Research. 2 and a blue for a sorcery. Target player draws 3 cards. Then that player discards 2 cards unless they discard a land. It's pretty good. This is a variety of cards that do this kind of thing, draws a bunch of cards all at one go, but then forces you to discard a bunch unless you meet a particular condition. Dumping a land is okay. Blue is not the strongest color for that kind of thing, but it's cool all the same. Oh gosh, more words I can't read. Conclave, uh, Equinaut, I believe. Yeah, like equestrian. Yeah, equestrian is like horse related stuff. Yep. I'm very good at words, let me tell you. 4 white white for a 3/3 human soldier. It has Convoke, one of the old Selesnya mechanics. Cards with Convoke allow you to have your creatures help you tap for the mana that you need to cast the spell, so they either make a generic or a mana of the color of the thing that you're using to do the Convoke thing. So, in theory, most every Convoke spell could be cast for free if you have the right colored creatures down in play. And then this thing itself is just a 3/3 with flying. It's not incredible. There's lots of other great Convoke cards, but sometimes you can just have a free one come down. Hey, Persistent Petitioners. Now, these are always very fun. We've chatted about these kinds of cards called like the Relentless style, that decks can have any number of them included in. When we had our conversation from Murders at Karlov Manor, we were talking about Slime Against Humanity. This is another one of those types of cards. 1 in a blue for a 1/3 human advisor that for 1 mana, tap it, target player mills a card, and then tap 4 untapped advisors you control, target player mills 12 cards. And a deck can have any number of cards named Persistent Petitioners. Very fun if you're looking to try to do mill with advisors or just anything like that. Bruvac Grandiloquent makes a very, very fun deck to build these into. This printing here, by the way, is actually kind of notable, I suppose. The very first time that Persistent Petitioners was around in Ravnica Allegiance, I don't believe mill had been codified as a keyword. So technically, this is the superior version of I'm leaving that in. This is the version to get if you would prefer to have the mill keyword written on the card itself. These are always great. These always retain about a buck or two on the price tag, depending on how popular the deck is. Silhana Ledgewalker, 1 in a green for a 1/1 elf rogue with hexproof, and it can't be blocked except by creatures with flying. Yeah, heck, if you needed an aura target, here you go. Naturally strapped on hexproof and then evasion by everything except flyers. That is a thing that will want to hold like that red mana Hellbent card that we saw earlier in this pack. This thing will get through no problem. That's a very cool card. Open the gates. A green mana for a sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card or a gate card. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. These kinds of cards are very, very cool. They're not like 1 mana, get a land to your hand is very underrated in Commander. You know, everyone relies too heavily sometimes on things like the Rampant Growth and Cultivates. That, yes, those are very good cards and they get those lands down into play. But sometimes you just need cards like this that on their opener for turn 1 helps you go and grab exactly the next color you need so you can guarantee get things moving forward. In the case of this one specifically, since it says just a gate, there are tons of different gates that can help you do your mana fixing. From the gates that are included in this kind of set of the guild style ones that they are locked in with their 2 colors, or you can do the thriving ones from the battle at Baldur's Gate, things like that. You can get any color really you need off of these. I like these kinds of effects. This is a card I play as well in my Yidris Gates deck. Very cool. Mayhem Devil. 1 black and a red for a 3/3 devil. That when a player, any player, very important wording on that, whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, Mayhem Devil deals 1 damage to any target. Wild. Absolutely wild. You get anybody sacrificing anything. Like, first time this guy was printed around, standard all-star. Since then, do we know how prevalent treasures and clues and food and aristocrat decks have been? This is not even one-sided either, you know? You're playing the aristocrats deck and you have 3 other commander players that are probably going to be making treasures from something. Mayhem Devil is sweet. Hits any target, so it can start gunning down little creatures. Holds on to equipment super well, like a basilisk collar. Throw a basilisk collar on this and go to town. Stellar. I love Mayhem Devil. That's very good. Guys, 2 arms! This card's really interesting. It's one of the few cards in the game that actually has exclamation mark in on its name tag. If you were to try to search excuse me, if you were to search this card up, you have to put the exclamation mark in there too to define its name. It's very cool. We don't get a lot of cards like these in the game. The card itself, for 1 and a white, instant speed, untaps all creatures you control and draw a card. That's really cool. Sometimes you could just catch somebody off guard. Or if you're just looking to untap a bunch of creatures and replenish itself, by the way, it draws a card. Untap things that have done an activated ability of some kind. Very cool. That's very, very fun. Rakdos Firewheeler. Black, black, red, red for a 4/3 human rogue. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to target opponent and 2 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Sure, yeah. ETB, just snipe some things down. That's very cool indeed. Our rare of the pack is a split card called Warrant and Warden. So the warrant side for hybrid Azorius manas, 2 of each, so hybrid either white or blue. Instant, put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library. That's very cool. Dip somebody out of combat for a turn. And then Warden, the more expensive side, 3 white and a blue, create a 4/4 white and blue Sphinx creature token with flying and vigilance. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Has utility at any purpose of the game. So early, if you get started getting swung at with something very big, bounce it back to the top. Warden, if you need a body later, here's just I think that's like 5 mana. That's a Sarah Angel, basically. Just you have to add blue into this as well, but 5 mana for a 4/4 with flying and vigilance. Sometimes even low class ones like Sarah Angel can still just get there. And our last couple cards we got here, a Selesnya Guild Gate. This is one of those gates I was just telling you about as well. They've got gate on the basic, not the basic, the subtype for the land itself. These are really cool. Just classic old fixing. Love these in the retro frame, by the way. That's super cool. And I guess we're sticking with the Selesnya theme. We also have a Selesnya Signet. I'm a big fan of the Signets. The Signets are great. And a spirit token that we saw from the front of the pack. So, Ravnica Remastered. What are we going to pack in? Well, I mean, I sometimes expect these kind of packs to be very easy, because, generally speaking, you can skim past a lot of commons and just start diving in with rares and uncommons. That's kind of the backbone structure of Commander decks, but I tell you what, we've got lots of playables right here. Just had to pick one right out the box, though. Absolutely Mayhem Devil. Mayhem Devil is just fits so many categories of put it into your own deck that is doing aristocrats or sacrifice, or just have it into your general purpose Rakdos burn deck that takes advantage of anybody who's sacrificing permanents of any kind. Play this kind of deck maybe in like the Jund colors that you are forcing people to sacrifice things and then they have to take extra damage. That's really, really good. I would 100% put Mayhem Devil into a deck. Obviously, stuff like Selesnya Signet is a very good pick. Signets are universally good across a variety of decks. I actually really like 2 arms as well. This is a very cool card, just you can catch somebody immediately if they're not paying attention, or if they think they have a free open swing, and you just go, haha, I'm going to replace this card in my hand with a free one and untap all my big dudes. Good luck. Uh, Also, just good in a Convoke deck as well, right? Convoke a big thing down, and then 2 arms, untap them all, then you get to Convoke more things down. That's really, really cool. Otherwise here, Silhana Ledgewalker with the natural built-in hexproof, Persistent Petitioners just as one of those Relentless style cards, and probably Compulsive Research as well. Honestly, big card draw like this can be very taken advantage of in the decks that are looking to dump things into the graveyard. So, Overall, this is a very good pack, right? This is filled with very good playable stuff out of it. I like this a lot. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Pack It In. I hope you've been enjoying these, and I look forward to seeing you again for the next pack that we dive ourselves into for more Commander All Stars and the things you might not expect. Take care, y'all. See you next time.